Michael Volt, yes, the Discord does have its own server. If somebody in chat could post it, that would be awesome. It's on the challenge page. If you pull that up, there is a link to it there. But yes, anybody is free to join. Here we are kicking off here on the Metal Man stage. Metal Man stage, pretty difficult stage. Grannon actually taking a little bit of a safe strat there and avoiding taking damage, which honestly not a bad idea. So this stage is very heavy on RNG. We're going to have these moles coming down from the ceiling, and you're going to have to do a lot of damage boosting here. And so the result of that is that we'll be pretty low on health going into the Metal Man fight. And so we see two different approaches. Elpis just going all tilt, normal RTA strats. Grannon Hero going ahead and taking some more conservative strats. But the issue is that you need to be able to at least take one body hit from Metal Man, and so that takes 4 pellets of health, so you need at least 5. So generally you need to get some health drops. It looks like Elpis must have gotten one. I was looking at Grannon's screen because his health is doing very well, even though he took this a bit more aggressively, so that's giving him a decent lead over Grannon Hero. Grannon just definitely taking things a bit safer, possibly just shooting for another one of those PBs. He game overed in his last run and still PB'd, so he's probably wanting to get that PB improved again. Who doesn't want 2 PBs in the same race? That would be pretty awesome. So here we've got Elpis entering into in the Metal Man stage. We're going to see him do a glitch this time that he wasn't able to do the first time because of health issues, and go ahead and get Metal Man stuck into the left wall, so that's going to be pretty cool to see. Here we go, and oh, I'm stuck in a wall. Stuck in a wall, and I can't get out because Metal Man. So, Metal Man stuck in the wall, and there you go. Quick work of him. Grannon will be doing the same thing here on the left. Not too far behind, even though he took things pretty safe there. Going ahead and finishing things off with Metal Man. Good job by Grannon Hero there. Both runners getting through Metal Man stage. It's a tough stage. It's easy to die in just due to the fact that if you take it full tilt, like for RTA attempts, it's a heavy reset point if you don't get any health drops. So it definitely makes a big difference between what you can damage boost through and what you can't. And here we're going to see the Metal Blade for the first time. One of the more powerful weapons in Mega Man 2 NES. Also a pretty powerful weapon in Mega Man 2 Game Boy. So you're going to see a decent usage of it here. And we're going to go ahead and see if we get top route on Woodman stage here. Neither runner opting to do top route first time. Not taking an additional hit on that dog means that Elpis has the health to go for top route. Surprised that he doesn't go for it, honestly. I mean, it makes sense in terms of a race setting. He knows he's got the better PB, that he doesn't really need to save the 3 seconds, but it's also kind of surprising when you consider just how well he's been playing and how aggressive he's been playing. So both people going to be going for the Rush Marine strat, calling 1-800 Rush Marine. Grannon taking the additional hit doesn't have the health to optimally do the top route anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and just opt for that. Makes sense. But in a tournament setting, it definitely makes sense not to go top route. I'm just surprised with how aggressive Elpis's strats have been on Clashman and in other fights and stages, but you know, doesn't need the 3 seconds, still on a really, really good pace right now, so doing an awesome job. Seeing those Grannon Hero bats, a lot of love for Grannon. Anytime I see him in a race or something, I mean, loyal community. He's got some great viewers there. Mr. Cab 55, celebrity of Mega Man, you know, making an appearance in chat. Awesome Mega Man runner there as well. A lot of great people in chat. Real exciting to see. Elpis doing some quick work on is it Woodman? Yeah, Woodman here with Metal Man, and same with Grannon coming up here in a second. So we'll see how Elpis's Airman stage goes. He got lucky drops last time. We'll see if he gets the drops that he needs again to avoid his 2 additional menus. But we're really going to see the pressure cooking up and adding up when we come along to Clashman stage for sure. All around celebrity for sure. All around celebrity, Mr. Cab 55. Let's see how Elpis is doing. Grannon Hero in his first run through, dying in the early stages of airman. That's really when the race started separating. This time taking a very casual approach to the Metal Man stage, giving Elpis a lead. Elpis actually surprisingly taking Airman stage fairly conservatively, using the Buster to go ahead and take care of those guys so that he doesn't have to get the small energy drop. Makes sense because in a tournament setting, you can't guarantee getting the energy drop. In RTA, for me, if I don't get the energy drop, it's a reset because it costs a couple seconds to do the additional menus. It's pretty early in the run. So for a race setting, it makes sense to go ahead and just use the Buster on those guys and make sure that you have enough Leaf Shield for the Airman fight. Again, another fight that you blink and you will miss it. We'll see what pattern that Elpis gets. It can affect a little bit of how much time it takes, but it's pretty quick either way. Yeah, as you see. That first hit that he shot across actually does hits Airman twice, which is really useful. You only need one more hit at that point, so you can get up real close on him. Sometimes he can do a low shield that will block your Leaf Shield, so you kind of have to read the pattern that you get and react to it accordingly, because you don't want to waste that additional Leaf Shield and have it blocked and then have to finish him with Buster. So good job by Elpis reading the pattern and getting a very quick kill there. Granted, Hero now entering into the Airman stage about half a stage behind, or Airman fight, I'm sorry, about half a stage behind. So Elpis here will be using the Rush Jet on the right side of the screen to traverse the stage, falling off him for a bit. Rush is very slippery in this game, really easy to fall off of. Sometimes when you land on him, he doesn't move, and you can just walk right off him. So small time loss, but not a big deal. Just interesting to note due to the weird mechanic that this game has with Rush, where you can jump on different sections of him and sometimes walk right off of him, sometimes not. And that Granin support still pouring on strong. Granin doing a solid job. No deaths yet. Possibly we could see back-to-back Granin Hero PBs. However, it's going to have to be one hell of a PB for him to be able to knock off Elpis, who is just rolling on all cylinders. Honestly, underseeded for where his PB is at this point. If the tournament were to start today and not when it did, he would probably be the 3 seed, I believe. Behind Tremaine and Endy at this point with where his PB's at. So really impressive work he's been doing on this game. And so his 6 seed probably not really showing his full skill. Falling down on Rush Jet there again. Can't highlight anymore how slippery that dog is. Real hard to go ahead and jump on him and move. Sometimes it really can frustrate you when you lose a decent bit of time like that, falling down a screen. He had a very good Clash fight his first time around. Let's see how he goes this time. I'm kind of interested in all of Elpis's strats because some of his strats are a bit different than mine, a bit different than what we used to do, and including that Clash fight, which is a really interesting setup from what used to be the traditional strat, and seems to work very well. 2 very clean Clash fights for him coming in. Sub 8-minute Robot Masters, not bad at all. Rolling on all cylinders. Did I say rolling on all cylinders? Because that'd be very interesting. Rolling on all cylinders. That's a funny thing to say. I like it. I like it. He's rolling on all cylinders. I don't know how cars work. His carburetors are girdering up, you know, nice RPMs. He's got the, you know, you guys know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay, Granin taking a safe route here. Gonna go ahead. He died the first time to Clash. Gonna go ahead and play it safe and do the E-Tank. He's going to have to finish him with Buster because he's missed several Airman shots. Hopefully he pulls this off. It's fine. And here we have, did he just slide through the top of the... Okay, Elpis sliding through the top of the platform there. I did not know that was possible either. That was strange. Going into Magnet Man stage here, you're going to see a lot of Metal Man usage. You're also going to see some more Rush Jet. A lot of Rush Jet and Metal Man throughout all of the game, obviously. Doing a really nice job with this room. It's really hard to kill all 3 of those enemies without slowing down, so really nice job by Elpis. Going full ham here. Just not slowing down at all. Girdering up on all cylinders, using his carburetors. He's got his exhaust pipe, fueling up his spark plugs. He's ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Is that better for you, legs? Back in my day, we didn't even have legs. So Elpis taking a full level lead basically here at this point, his race to lose, but Granin not taking a death at this point, doing a really good job. Elpis is going to go ahead and be going into the Magnet fight, so we'll go ahead and focus on that. Granin traveling through the beginning of the Magnet Man stage that we saw before, taking it a bit safe, not killing any of those guys, making sure he doesn't fall in any of those pits. He's going to go ahead and grab that extra E-Tank that he grabbed last time. I don't blame him, especially being on PB Watch. He's probably more focused on that than anything. Unfortunately, Elpis messing up the pattern for Magnet. You can see what happens there if you do not kite him properly. He does that weird squat where he has the shield around him and you can't do any damage to him until he's done with that, loses a few seconds. So, bummer for Elpis, losing a little time there, but not a big deal. Granin picking up an extra life as well, an extra life that he really wishes he had gotten last game so he wouldn't have had to game over, but unfortunately all the extra lives were going Elpis's way at last game, so nice to see Granin getting that extra life there. Elpis heading into Hardman stage. This is one of the easier stages, lots of sliding, a little bit of rush coil usage, going up high and grabbing an E-Tank there. Very interesting strategy, and not the bees. I actually did not know there was an E-Tank there. Elpis just playing this game very differently than I do, and very differently than anybody I've ever seen play it. In terms of some of his strats, I don't know if they're all RTA strats or his race strats, but kind of really cool to see. I'm definitely going to implement some of these and see if I can get a PB with it. Super exciting. We had to store gasoline in our pockets. Yeah, you all are the best. Best chat right here. Best chat right here, for sure. Loving it. Loving all of y'all hanging out. Definitely make sure you give Speed Gaming a follow if you haven't already, but let's be honest, who hasn't followed all of the channels in the Speed Gaming Empire? Speed Gaming 1 through 6. I think 7 and 8 coming up soon. John Carl's definitely learning a lot today. So many things I'm learning. Elpis really just enlightening me on how to play this game. I have been focused on Link to the Past Rando, much like many people. And, you know, I didn't realize when I organized this tournament that people would be finding all these new strats and stuff. It's really cool. It makes me really happy. I love getting other people to play, you know, the more obscure games that I love, and it's really cool to have seen 22 people sign up for this Mega Man 2 Game Boy tournament. Never expected that to happen, and for people to be getting these PBs and improving strats, it's a dream come true. And, you know, even if I get eliminated from this tournament pretty early, which I'm starting to feel like is a very, very real possibility, you know, I'm really glad I organized it. This is a lot of fun, so I'm really excited to see these runners playing a game that I've adored for several years now. We've got Elpis going on into Top Man stage. Let's see if he is able to pull off some of these screen perfect wraps with the hard knuckle. He got it last time. He got the top one. He got one in Dr. Wily stage. So let's see. Oh my gosh, and getting it again. Getting back-to-back runs, getting frame-perfect screen wraps on the falls. So these latter ones are pretty much free. There's like several pixels of space in which you can do that in. But the ones where you're falling are frame-perfect. And getting it both times is kind of insane. Kind of insane, Elpis. You need to chill out. You need to chill out, dude. You're going too fast. Okay, good job by Granin. Finishing off Magnet Man there. He did get butt stomped, but you know what? He survived, so that's all that matters. Moving on to Top Man stage himself. I don't know what will slow down Elpis at this point. I think only a soft lock could slow him down from a sub 20 in any race. It seems like at this point the way he's going. So good Top Man fight there, and he'll be moving on to Needleman stage. World record for this game was recently done by Andy. Andy Tremaine had the world record in this game for many years standing, and the only sub 19 time. And Andy was able to get, I think, an 18:25, I believe, something around there. So only 2 runners have ever gotten sub 19. It's Andy and Tremaine. They're the 1 and 2 seed in this tournament. If you don't know either of them, Tremaine for several years. Wow. Granin also getting the frame perfect trick. What the heck? Am I the only one who can't get the frame perfect trick? What's going on here, people? Yeah, for several years, Tremaine had all 5 Mega Man Game Boy world records, like held them all for several years in a row. But unfortunately missing the second one there for Granin, but not a big issue because he'll get that second E-Tank, which is nice. Whoa, was he... Do we have another wrap? What is going on? What is going on Elpis's screen? What is happening right now? Why am I even commentating this race? I don't know. What? Did you just soft lock the game, Elpis? Okay, Elpis, soft locking in Needleman stage. His password not having him having completed Magnet Man stage. Whatever password he has memorized, not the correct password, and Granin may have just taken a lead in this. We may have a race here. Very confused as to what just happened. I was looking at Granin Hero's screen. I was trying to explain, you know, some of the history of the world records. Did he attempt a screen wrap early in Needleman stage and it didn't work? I am very confused. All the enemies were inside the walls. So this is exciting. We do have a race here. We have a chance at the upset with Hero. We said literally the only chance that Granin Hero probably had, the way that Elpis started this race out for, was a soft lock. And, well, there you go. There's the soft lock for you. So Granin probably on PB pace, but also possibly going to force this into a game 3. And if he could just please do me a big favor and, you know, knock Elpis into the loser's bracket so I don't have to face him next round, you know, I'd be a fan. That'd be great for me. Seeing a lot of Granin Hero bats in chat. No ladder zip. I'm gonna have to go back and watch what happened there because I don't understand what happened there. I believe we said in case of any soft lock, you could reset. It was specifically meant for Dr. Wily stage, but I mean, I think it's fair to continue the race no matter what with the soft lock. But I was not expecting any on Needleman stage. The only place you should be soft locking is Wily stage, but I don't know. We'll have to think about that later. These are the things you need to know when you organize tournaments. But hopefully Granin Hero here pulls off the upset, and we can go on to game 3, because that's what we all want, let's be honest. Interesting that, I guess Elpis, opting to not check what the right password was, just went ahead and did the Metal Man fight again anyways, and Granin Hero moving on to the Quint fight and then to Wily stage, so really good job by him clearing off that Needleman stage as well. There is a known soft lock on the final boss where if you kill him all the way to the right, he will not come back on the screen. And there is no way to reset or move on to any next part because there's nothing else on the screen. Like I said, it's a gap commercial. It's just a giant white screen. So here we've got the Quint fight. Mega Man from the present, but also from the past, because this game is 20 years old, fighting Mega Man from the future, which could still be Mega Man from the past or the present or the future, because we don't know how future. Actually, no, 37,000 years, so still the future. So a lot of confusion going on there, but that's over already, so don't worry about it. Here we've got Elpis on the right going into the Needleman fight. Just a bit behind. He's still caught up pretty quickly considering the fact that he just replayed basically 1.5 levels again. But giving Granin the lead here, Granin Hero the lead going into Wily Man stage. Let's see if Granin can hold on to it. Granin on a very, very heavy PB watch. He just PB'd last run with a 22:59. He has not died yet, and he is kind of on pace for like a 21 or so, which is a really solid time. That is no joke. Let's see, not even going for that screen wrap there. He's just going to go for the set ones. He's going to refill his hard knuckle here. You have to do that if you don't basically get some drops, so it's understandable. But doing a really great job here with his screen wraps, setting those up, and hopefully we'll have a clean Wily fight and take a new PB and a victory out of this match. We will see. Here is the clip. I want to watch this real quick. You all know what's happening here in the stream. I'm going to watch this clip real quick because I'm just super confused. Let's see. Oh, wow. What? Oh, he was going for that, though. Why was he going for that? I'm so confused as to what was happening on screen. That does look faster. I don't know. This game, we're gonna find new stuff. I'm telling you. More eyes on it. Anytime you got more eyes on a game, it's part of the reason why I wanted to organize this, so that's really cool. Brandon doing a good job heading to the end of Wily's stage. Hopefully he has a clean Wily fight, gets a PB, and moves this to a third match. Here we've got Elpis trying to catch up. He has the skills to possibly catch up. I don't know if the time's there. It's going to take a mistake from Granin, but really exciting end of the match here coming up. Here we've got Elpis doing his screen wraps, going ahead, moving to Rush Marine. We got Granin Hero. He's got 2 E-Tanks. He's got his full health going into the boss. Hopefully he's able to pull off a clean kill here, get another PB. This one much more sizable, and move this to round 3. Let's see what he does in phase 1 here. Granin Hero going ahead, sliding underneath Wily. He's going to do the same strats he did last time, skipping out on the Rush Jet strat and instead saving that for phase 3. Definitely interesting. You know, I think it's probably a little bit slower, but if it's more consistent or safer for him, completely makes sense. I'm going to switch over to the Sakugarne. Let's see how phase 2 goes. He's got to make sure that he keeps Wily to the left of this, you know, somewhere on the left. He cannot finish all the way to the right of the screen, or else that's a soft lock. Elpis coming close behind, going to be starting Wily soon. So Granin needs to have a clean fight. Really nice phase 2. Thinks about using the E-Tank and then realizes, I think, why not save it? Then decides, okay, let's go ahead and just use it. I'm not going to lose a full life worth of health on phase 3. So both of them on the final boss at the same time, even though you know, Elpis had to play some extra levels there because of the soft lock, but it looks like Granin Hero will be taking down the victory and another PB shortly. He's going to be finishing with a time of 21:59, keeping the drama high with these 59s, getting the sub 23, then getting the sub 22 the next run, and great job by Granin Hero again with the PB in the race. 21:59, GG's all around. We got Elpis going on to the last phase of Wily. He's going to be finishing up with a mid 22. Let's see how that goes, or high 22, I guess, depending on how he finishes this. Getting some good double hits in there, which are much harder to get. It's a lot harder to get the Buster to hit 2 times there than you'd think. And struggling with that last hit, but getting a 22:37 or so. Forgot to stop his timer, but GG's to Elpis. 22:37 with an extra level and a half. A good job by him. Yeah, he's still caught up. Very, very awesome. But we are forcing a game 3. I am going to grab some water real quick because my throat is just getting tired because these matches are just too exciting. They're too exciting. I'm getting all riled up, people. I'm getting all riled up. I'm going to get real hyped for this last race because we could have an upset on our hands here. We never know. So let's get stoked. Let's see some Granin hype in chat. Let's see some love for Elpis. This has been a great race so far. Okay, I'm back. Need some of that water. It keeps you alive. I've been told it's a very important part of your life, so I went ahead and got some water. Good little mental break for everybody as we wait to set up here for the last race. Winner take all. One person will be moving down to the loser's bracket. One person will be moving on to face the winner of Infinite Mystery and myself. So I will be facing one of these winners, possibly, if I'm able to beat Infinite Mystery. And, you know, I don't know. I'm scared of both these runners at this point. They're both just putting on a show here. Apparently, Gran and Hero can PB by a minute every single attempt. So if he plays this game just 3 or 4 more times by the time that happens, he'll have world records. So I don't know who I want to face. So just to recap, race number 1, Gran and Hero took a couple of deaths and ended up with a game over, taking a death in Airman stage, taking a death in Clash, and also taking a death in Wily. I believe maybe one other death, but still PBing by 20 seconds. He lost to a really, really strong Elpis run. Elpis hitting 2 frame perfect wraps, just kind of mowing through the game and getting a 1946, which is good enough for a top 10 time in this game, RTA wise, let alone in a race setting. Race number 2, Gran and Hero playing it a bit safe, doing a really solid job, took no deaths in that race. A really good job by him. Elpis attempting some sort of screen wrap I haven't seen before in Needleman stage and soft locking, having to enter in a password, which made him replay a level and a half, so losing out to Gran and Hero there, who got another 1 minute PB. So now we are forced to a game 3. This is best of 3. Winner goes home. Well, goes home happy? Winner goes home? Is the loser goes home? Winner take all? You all know what I'm talking about. So the racers have dot readied in the Discord channel, so that's cool. Okay, we're counting down and ready to kick this thing off. Oh, I'm a little bit concerned that Gran and Hero thinks he's doing a Tiny 10 race right now instead of playing the game, but let's see. I think he did it in time. I think I've got a delay from the Discord as well, so we should be kicking off here any second now. Very excited to see what happens here. Okay, we're kicking it off with another Metal Man stage. Let's see how these two runners approach this. The pressure is on both these runners. You know, Granin not expecting to get the upset. He was not aware that he had won the race until after the race was over, so he is not looking over at Elpis's screen or anything. Just went ahead and figured he had lost and was kind of surprised he won, so he was like, oh, okay. So he's going to be taking this, you can see two completely different approaches to the stage. Elpis actually taking an additional hit to the Crusher, which is not good. He's going to have to be careful on his health, so he's going to have to take the second section a bit slower, which gives Brandon a little bit of room to catch up here in the stage, but Elpis still leaving the section with decent health. Very, very random section that can cause a lot of damage. You need at least 5 pellets of health to pull off the boss glitch, unless you get really lucky and you're able to get hit by the Metal Blade, but it's very uncommon. So you want health drops here. Looks like both runners doing very well on health. They should be fine to go. Any additional health they have, such as Brandon's, could allow you to damage boost through some enemies. It seems like these runners, taking it a bit more conservative, probably won't be going for those. And here we have Elpis just killing these weird guys that apparently their life is dedicated to jumping up and down on gears. Seems like a weird life, but you know, I don't know if they're also like Christmas elves. They've got like the Santa Claus hats on. It's very interesting. Here on the right side of the screen, you are going to see a glitch where we're going to get Metal Man stuck in a wall. Yeah, I heard that Granin means the neighbor, so I shouldn't call him just Granin, and I do that sometimes, and so I'm trying to call him Granin Hero or Hero, but I've always messed it up. It's something that is silly, and I need to work on. Quick kill by Elpis there. The Elpis there, you can see both of these runners getting Metal Man stuck in the wall, able to do quick work of him and avoid his Metal Blades. Pyrobot. Herobot. So really good fight from both of them. Solid Metal Man stage. Granin Hero just still keeping pace, but probably about 5-6 seconds behind at this point. Next, we're going to be heading into Airman stage. our Woodman stage, I'm sorry. Woodman stage, we're going to have this Metal Blade. The Metal Blade's going to do quick work of a lot of these bunny rabbits, which are kind of cute, and some other woodland creatures that we have decided to murder with our robot Metal Blades. So, you know, what are you going to do? They're also robots, to be fair, so it's not quite as sad as like a real bunny, so... Okay, and taking 2 hits there, Elpis, to the, didn't seem like he was even trying to do the 1 damage, so never intending to do top route in this race. Interesting to see from someone with such aggressive strats, but maybe just doesn't like that that strat in the 3-second save. It is a fairly precise and dangerous strat, so it makes sense. Elpis moving on to the second half of Woodman stage, you're going to see how powerful this Metal Blade is, cutting through just these, I don't know, ostriches? I have no clue what the heck these things are. Chickens? Roosters? Emus? I'll let the chat decide what those are, but just tears through those, heading into the Woodman fight, which will go very quickly, as you can see, so... In Sweden, he is only known by Hero, which is ancient Scandinavian, meaning he who plays Game Boy. Interesting. I feel like that's not made up at all. That's awesome. So here we've got Granin heading over to the Woodman fight, only about, you know, 28 seconds behind, 25 seconds behind. So he's still within striking distance, but has some work to do. You know, he is basically playing the safer route in the game, whereas Elpis is playing a bit more of the RTA aggressive route, and it'll be interesting to see, you know, if Elpis slips up like the last race. You know, you never know what could happen here, so we will see as this race unfolds. Airman stage, a lot of room to die. There's obviously you are up in the clouds, so there's a lot of places you can fall. Here we've got the slides that are pretty awesome setup using the damage boosting on these giant faces, which somebody told me the enemy name earlier, and then I already forgot it because I don't know. There's too many enemy names. Everybody doesn't deserve a name. I'm sorry. You're just robots. You're just robots. I don't need to give you a name. We'll see if Elpis is able to preserve his leaf shield here. He is seeming to decide to take the strategy of killing this first wind guy with the Buster just to make sure he has enough. Ends up getting the drop anyways, so he'll be good to go the rest of the match. Let's see how Granin goes. Madface Driller. Madface Driller sounds like a boxer name. In this corner, Madface Driller weighing in at 225 pounds. I don't think that's really a boxer's name, but it sounds like it's to me. And we will see the quick work that Elpis will do with the Leaf Shield against Airman. He'll get 2 hits in on this first Leaf Shield. It'll actually hit him twice, basically almost killing Airman, and then he'll have to read the pattern to see if he can get that 3rd hit in. And he got a good pattern again, so he's good to go. In the left corner, we have Granin Hero weighing in at a positive 21 minutes, 59 seconds, but pounds. Elpis in the right corner, he's weighing in at 1926 pounds. It'll be interesting to see who wins this 3rd match. Winner takes it all, loser goes home. Get your peanuts, folks. That's the best impression I can do. I don't really know what it is. That fast driller? Ghost-faced killer? Okay, and Granin, as you can see there, ooh, kind of risky, but he had a lot of extra wind there. I guess he used the Buster for most of the stage, so able to go ahead and just take that shot from a distance. If it had gotten blocked by the air shot, he would have been okay to go, so... Here we go into Clashman stage. This is one of the harder fights, but the stage isn't too bad. A lot of travel around with Rush Jet. There is one fairly decently hard jump here, but for the most part, we're going to go ahead and collect an E-Tank, head into a difficult fight, and then try and finish off Clashman. Clashman is weak to the air attack, but the issue is, even if you use a whole full meter of air attack, that jump being the tough one, that on Elpis' screen, it's a bit tight, but it's not too hard. Even if you have a whole full tank of the air attack, you still cannot kill him. So like his weakness is really not a very good weakness. You still have to get one shot in with the pellet. So if you miss any shots with the air attack, you're going to end up having to finish him off with the Buster. The issue with Mega Man boss fights is it's just such a tight corner of area for Game Boy, you can see how big Mega Man Sprite is, and then these little rooms that you're fighting in are so small. So jumping over the boss sprite is really difficult, honestly, and so we'll see a bunch of damage, intentional damage taken from Elpis, but the goal is to take the damage from the projectile and not from Clashman. The projectile does 2 damage, Clashman does 4, and so it's important to make sure that you do not die, because that he did miss a shot. He's going to have to finish off with the Buster. He's going to have to be careful. One more hit and he's dead, but pulling it off, very clutch. If that projectile had hit him, he still wouldn't have died. That would have done 2, but if he had touched Clash at any point during that, he would have died. So Elpis moving on to the second half of the game. Let's see how Grand and Hero's fight goes here. He's going to be taking this much safer, which is completely understandable. It's a very hard fight. As you can see, a lot of damage if you bump into them. Let's see. He's gonna do his Buster shot after at the end. I don't blame him. He's gonna have to be careful. He's gonna use his E-Tank just like he did last time. It makes sense. He'd basically be losing time not using that. He can grab E-Tanks later. You don't want to take a death there and restart that fight, especially being out of the air attack. You'd have to do that whole fight Buster only, and you don't want to do that. So pretty sizable lead for Elpis at this point, about 40 seconds. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, you can click on the challenge if you want a link to join the Discord and just kind of hang out with the other people running this, commentators, etc. Feel free to join that for sure. You can also check out the bracket there. We are in the second round. The first round was only 6 matches because of the nature of it being 22 people. A lot of people had bye weeks. Elpis included as one of the people who has had to bye. So this is Elpis's first match. Grand and Hero knocking Megatom into the losers bracket in his first match. Looks like he is going to have some work cut out for him in order to not go down there himself. He's got about a minute to catch up on Elpis right now, maybe like 45 seconds. So it's it's definitely Elpis's race to lose here. However, some of the strats Elpis has been doing, we never know if he might end up soft locking again or making some sort of decision that gives him the loss. It'll be interesting to see if he avoids that or if he still just goes for the same stuff that he's been going for. You never know. So we will go ahead and see. He's going to be entering into the magnet fight. Had a really clean magnet fight, faster than I've ever seen, actually. His first match, second match, he actually messed it up a bit. Magnet did his little shield thing, so we'll see how this third try goes. Nice, very nice kill. Much like the first one, basically optimal kill, so awesome job by him. Grandin just half a level behind going into the second half of Magnet Man stage here. You can see, we didn't point this out before, but you can notice Grandin Hero jumping up and up, up and up, up and up and up and down on Rush Jet. The reason being that when you're not standing on him, he doesn't use his rush energy, so you're able to preserve some. You get no refills on your attacks in between levels in the second half, so that's kind of tough. I like that. I like going for that E-Tank and not the bees. Everybody in chat, not the bees. You can say it with me. I like that strat of getting that E-Tank there. Very different. I've never seen somebody route that specific E-Tank into their route, but still very good. Here we've got Grandin going for PB number 3 in a row here. Nice little kill on Magnet there. So doing a real good job. It would be really interesting to see if Grandin Hero is able to get 3 PBs in 3 tournament races. That would be kind of insane. Not like bees. And Elpis heading to the end of Hardman stage. Hardman stage is just kind of basic. A lot of using Rush Coil to get up to ladders. And the nice thing in this game is that if you get hit on a ladder, you actually get boosted upwards. You don't get knocked off or anything. So that's really nice. Heading into the magnet fight, the Hardman fight, he's going to be using the magnet and hoping that he doesn't get sat on. So a little time made up by Grandin not having to go for that specific E-Tank. So that's nice. And getting a decent clean kill there. Good to go for Elpis. You are able to kill Magnet before he even jumps. You're probably going to see that if you stick around the tournament, watch Tremaine or Endy do this. There's a little bit more of an optimal kill there, but still really nice kill. It's usually pretty safe to just kill him when he's in the air there instead of trying to shoot more shots quicker and getting them deflected. And Elpis heading into top man stage. Let's see if he can pull off this frame perfect screen wrap. He's gotten it twice in a row. Brandon also getting it last match. Everybody making me feel dumb that I never get it. So it'll be interesting to see if they can both pull this off now again. No 3 for 3 for Elpis, and he will be doing this stage normally. Here you see you skip basically past that room right there, but that room does involve a bit of winding around that cat and such, so not opting to not get the health refill, which I can completely understand. You don't necessarily need it, but it is nice. He is pretty low on health, so we'll see if that comes back to bite him at all. Getting a small energy drop again, which is really nice because you'll see he wastes the time menuing, but it allows him to get the hard knuckle filled up just a bit more and allows him some additional attempts in Wily stage instead of having to go through that one. Oh, he should have just switched to hard knuckle there because he needed it anyways, but oh well, things happen. But yeah, you get enough hard knuckle there to be able to attempt some wraps in Wily and not have to get that full big weapon refill in Wily stage, which takes a bunch of time both just to get over to and by not allowing you to get one wrap. So but good job by him getting that drop 2 out of 3 runs. Very nice for him. Let's see. Oh, Brandon going for it twice, but way too early on his attempts there. Not a big deal. He'll be heading to his next screen wraps. Really cool that you can use this hard knuckle. It has this weird little delay when you're using it, and that delay while you're transitioning screens kind of just screws up the properties of the game and puts you out of bounds. As you can see on Grand & Hero's screen here, he's going to be going ahead and getting both those wraps there. Ladder setups making these way easier. It'll be interesting to see here on the right side of the screen if Elpis decides to go ahead and go for the same wraps he did last time. I'm not exactly sure why he was going for that specific wrap. I'm assuming he's not going to go for it. He's already menued over to Rush Jet. He says, enough is enough. I made the mistake one time. I'm going to go ahead and move on. But I do not know if there's any risk of the one that he's been doing at the end of Needleman stage. I'm brand new to this strat. I had no clue what was happening. Elpis with all the luck, man. Getting these small energy refills every time he needs them. It does really help to get the Rush Jet one there. And it also, getting 7 lives in the first level, just first game. I mean, he's just really getting some drops here that are really going to help him. And he is going for this again. Maybe there's no risk to soft locking on this one. I've never seen this one before. It does appear that it's a lot harder to get hit by the spikes there. It's a really nice strat. I like it. I definitely like it. I want to learn it. I'm very intrigued by it. Great job by Elpis there. Can I play? When is your match, Mello? Sure, we can talk about. I think there's one more match for this tournament on the schedule tonight. Definitely keep an eye out for that. Mello can post that in chat. I can give that a shout out. We've been enjoying doing the second round. Good job by Elpis taking down Top Man. Having a lot of health because of that cool screen wrap that he did. You have to take 4 pellets of damage when any of these bosses touch you, and then 2 from the projectile. Able to just body those hits right up. And a lot more use from the windshield by both these runners than I've ever done. I've always used the Metal Blade in these situations, but they like to save the Metal Blade for Quint, which I don't blame them. Metal Blade is useful. We'll see it being used here. I'm surprised they're not using Clash, because Clash does do more damage, but they're using it at the end, I guess, there. It's an interesting strat, for sure. I like it. So this is definitely Elpis's match to lose. He is going into the Wily stage. Kind of the only thing that can get Grand & Hero back into this match would be a soft lock or a costly death in Wily stage. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here on Elpis's screen. Grand & Hero may also be on PB Watch once again for the 3rd time in a row. We will see. And Elpis heading into Wily stage. We'll see if he's able to get this screen wrap. He does have enough to go for it. This is why that small energy refill was nice, and he goes ahead and gets it again. Goodness sakes, this guy. Oh, and he gets the one falling down. Oh my gosh. You can take an additional, an early try on the next ladder wrap, and he got, oh my gosh. So he got the frame perfect, then he did the ladder one, and then he got another frame perfect. Goodness sakes, that was amazing. Elpis is just rolling. He is just doing an amazing job, honestly, with this game as a newer runner of it, I believe. Just, I mean, putting up a really respectable time very quickly in running this. He's going to be just tanking these hits and heading into the Wily fight. So it was actually frame perfect 2 in a row because the second one is a ladder setup. You can't see the ladder because you have scrolled the screen down, but he did get two frame perfect tricks there in a row with the ladder clip in between, and that's pretty crazy. He gets the extra E-tank so he can just tank through those crushers. I think technically that loses time, but it feels like forever when you're waiting through those crushers, so I don't blame anybody for that. And as long as he does not soft lock Wily, he should have the win here. Let's see how he does. He's using his rush jet strats, doing a really nice job on that phase 1. That's harder than it looks. Really hard to set up. The angle there, you can be a little bit too high, a little bit too low when you hit that skull or shoot over his head, and that's very frustrating. He's on the Sakugarne. He's on him early, which is not the best strategy, but he's getting him to move to the left, so that worked out well. So he is going to be taking home this victory. I think he's going to have a better PB time than the first race, or better race time than the first race. See Grandin going through his screen wraps here. I'm sorry that I did not pay attention to Grandin Hero's wraps there. I was a bit wrapped up in finishing up Elpis here because of the awesome time that he was having with those multiple screen wraps, but it looks like Grandin Hero may also be on PB Watch, and Elpis finishing off with a 1938, 1939, bopping my PB by 1 to 2 seconds with that race run. So really amazing job by ElpisTK31. He will be moving on. He will be facing in round 3 the winner between myself and Infinite Mystery. A great job by him. GG's in the chat for him. Grandin Hero here on the left on PB Watch for a 3rd PB in a row in this match. He got a PB, a 20-second PB his first race. He got a minute more PB the second race. Let's see if he can improve his, I believe it was a 21:59 that he got in his last race. So it'd be interesting to see. I have never heard of somebody getting 3 PBs in one tournament race. That would be a pretty amazing feat. Hero's PB going into this was a 23:15. He got a 22:59 the first race. He then got a 21:59 the second race. I think he might just be cutting it a little close for a 3rd PB, but it is a 21:59. We'll see. It depends on how quickly he does this. GG's to Elpis, though, for moving on. Good job by him pulling off the victory, you know, sticking through it and recovering from that soft lock that he was frustrated probably from in the first match. Grandin taking this a bit more aggressively, knowing he's on PB Watch. I'm going ahead and doing the rush jet strats for phase 1, which I agree with here. I want to see him get a 3rd PB. That would be so awesome. It's definitely possible. And he should just pull out all the stops. He probably knows at this point he's not winning the race. So, okay, don't go. Okay, nice, very nice. He could very well PB. He should get a 3rd PB in a row, as long as he does a decent job here on this kill. Okay, setting up phase 3. Let's see. Try and get these double hits in, but they're very hard to get in, honestly. This phase, pretty hard to optimize. I need to work on it, because you can get 2 shots in per little jump up, but it, you know, it's very easy to hit the helmet or shoot over the top. Ooh, and PB again! Another PB by Grandin Hero. That's 3 PBs in a row in a tournament. Unbelievable. I cannot believe that Grandin Hero was able to PB 3 times in this race. Goodness sakes. Give some love to Grandin Hero. Give the GGs to him. That's crazy. What a crazy person he is. Crazy person getting 3 PBs. Unfortunately, literally PBing in every single race. Not enough for Grandin Hero to move on. So he will, unfortunately, be moving down to the losers bracket. I'm not sure who he is facing next. I can pull that up. But let's see if we can get any people in for interviews if they would like. Grandin Hero or Elpis are free to join the call. Let's see if they want to join. Really awesome display by both these runners. Pretty fun and exciting to see. It looks like we are joined by Elpis. Elpis, how you doing, man?
Yo, man.
Great job. You bopped my PB on that last race. You had two really, really good runs. A lot of different strats I've never seen before, which was really cool to see. And you're going to go ahead and move on to face either me or Infinite Mystery next. So congratulations on that.
Yeah, thanks. GG to Hero as well. Thanks for narrating or commentating, by the way.
Of course.
I got 2 sub-20s in one race, and I'm pretty stoked on that. The first match I was absolutely shaking. I was so tilt. I've never been that much that nervous for this is my first Mega Man match ever, so I was super nervous.
Yeah.
But the first round went really well. I don't think that was even though my splits were all red, it was still a really solid time. But then on the second match, I forgot that if I get the up zip, which is really rare, because it's harder than the regular zips, I forgot that it's a free screen scroll where I did a zip where I got soft lock. You just need to fall down there and then you skip a screen. So if I did not zip there, then I wouldn't have soft lock. But the other problem was that I do not know the passwords for this game. I only have passwords from when I was a child. So I was stretching my mind from I only know 2 passwords. Either only Magnet Man, which isn't. I still had to beat Needleman, so I couldn't use that password. And the only other one I knew forced me to do Magnet and Needle, despite which still getting sub 23, which I think is pretty killer.
Yeah, you did a great job. You had to do an extra level and a half. It was interesting. The first match, you said you were very nervous. You didn't get any health drops. You still took it, Metal Man very aggressively, which is a difficult stage because there's a lot of damage boosting. There's a lot of stuff that you have to go through there and kind of rely on the luck. But you actually were able to pull off a clean 2 pellet of health Metal Man fight, which like a standard one without the glitch. I was surprised. I thought you'd take an intentional death, and it was really kind of awesome to see you kind of able to adjust there. That was impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, I've this was my first Mega Man game I've ever owned. So when I was 6 years old, I got this game for the Game Boy, and I used to play this all the time. Not really speedrunning it, but just enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
And I speedrunned it back in 2008 casually, and I got 22-25. And I was racing against Patrick Cremator Salonen, who eventually submitted his time, which was 10 seconds better than mine, to SDA, Speed Demos Archives. But then I dropped it because I was focusing on Mega Man Zero, Mega Man ZX, Mega Man ZX, or whatever you want to call it, which I now have all the world records for.
Mm-hmm.
So I went on to Super Metroid, other games. But then you started this tournament, and I was like, oh man, should I join this? And then my friend Chris, he said, you should join it. And I did. And now I've already beaten my own personal best with more than 3 minutes since we started this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is not my favorite thing because I'm bracket lined up with you, and now your PB's 14 seconds better than mine. If I get on to the next round, it's going to be a really intense match for me. I'm nervous. You put the fear in me now. I see the skills. I'm concerned. You're supposed to be the 6th seed. You already have a better PB than me, so we'll see how that goes. Speaking of PBs, Grandin Hero is on the call. 3 PBs in 3 races. Unbelievable, dude. How are you?
Yo, yeah, see.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, it was it started really, really bad for me. Game over. but that first round was a PB, even though I game over.
Okay, we need to talk about the fact that
Yeah,
maybe you need to run the game more if you're able to game over and get a PB, bud.
Yeah, I know, but I've been picking up strat from Elpis. He did commentary on my first match against Megatom.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Damn, dude, it's you and me next game. You gotta learn the top man sips. There are free or top man screen wraps. Learn the method man glitch," and I did.
Yeah, nice job. How do you feel about 3 PBs?
Yeah, it was really nice when I saw it could happen. When I still was on gold splits on hard man.
I could tell you were taking it pretty safe after doing the game over in the first match, but at the end of the third match, it seemed like you knew like you would be able to get a PB if you really pushed it, and so you. Yeah,
I know what to do. I just need my hands to do.
Yeah, you changed your Wily strats up a bit. Like it seemed like you were probably sure you had lost the match, but wanted to pull off that third straight PB, which was awesome. Definitely the chat favorite. No offense to Elpis, but every time I see you doing a race or doing anything, there's just so many hero emotes going on in the chat. There's a lot of love for you going on, so it's good to see your community show up and support you. You actually will be moving on to face Rave Tuba in the first round of the losers bracket, so that should be a good match. He is the 16 seed, you're the 11 seed, so it should be a pretty good matchup. It'll be interesting to see who pulls that one off.
I'm looking forward to that game because the Tiny 10 remix this March, Rave Tuba won and I got second place.
Oh, that's true.
It's a little thing going on there.
So there's a little rivalry going on. So I'm gonna say Grannon Hero maybe threw this match to Elpis just because he wanted to get some revenge on Rave Tuba. You never know, Elpis. Elpis, like you're looking like a strong contender for this tournament. How are you feeling? Like you got your first match under your belt. Hopefully you figure out how to use SRL. That'll be good. But like definitely punching above your weight class in terms of your 6th seed.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to do this good. Like I thought, like if it gets like if I get low 20s, it's all good, you know, whatever. But to get 2 sub 20s, and I think like if I didn't soft lock on that second race, I think I had some, like there were some gold splits here and there. And in this instance, so I'm having a bit of trouble talking. In this last match, Needleman and Wily were both gold splits.
Wow.
And so I'm pretty hyped. This one's a lot better than I. Oh.
There's no shame in choking in the next round, you know, if you end up facing me. There's no shame in like making some more soft locks, making some mistakes. It's not a big deal, you know. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Just something to keep in mind. It's really cool to see this tournament moving along now that we're past round 1, starting off round 2. I think this is the first round 2 matchup. We've got some really cool matches coming on. I think we've got is it Izzy's match tonight? No. Who was asking? Mellow Flows is doing his match tonight versus... do not see where that is. Oh, Mellow Flows is finishing up the first round. There's one more match of the first round. Mellow Flows versus Southern Pretzel, I believe, tonight. I think maybe at 10 p.m., so that'll be good. Keep an eye out for that. We got a lot of cool stuff coming, though, in round 2. You can see people like Andy Sweet. You can see people like Tremaine. Some of these people have pushed this game way down to the limit. Along with now, I feel like, Dark Horse ElpisTK31 here, just tearing through the game. So, any last thoughts about the tournament or your performance? Anything else you guys got to say?
Well, I just want to give shout outs to my mom, my younger brother, and my best friend who are all in the chat supporting me and watching. And I think, thanks. And you, thanks for commentating. Hero, thanks for the race. GG on your 3 PBs, man. It was really fun.
Yeah, GG Elpis. I will really enjoy watching our match tomorrow when I have settled down and stuff like that. And thanks for all the support through my viewers, of course, as well. It's awesome to see you here in the chat.
Very sweet to hear friends and family in the chat. Also, the whole Grin and Hero force showing up in good numbers. We've been really enjoying getting this tournament kicked off. I never thought that it would be, 22 people and that people would actually be enjoying seeing it, that it'd be on actual Speed Gaming 1. So pretty cool to see. I really appreciate all the support from chat. Let me see what we have coming up next on Speed Gaming. I don't know how to do that schedule thingy. Let me see. Let me ask. But I'm sure we have some sort of Zelda randomizer. That's my guess. I do love the Zelda rando, but I do not know what is up next. So I'm going to check with that real quick before we cut. But yeah, Granin and Elpis, thank you so much for joining the call after. Thanks so much for the race. It was really entertaining, and I'm looking forward to seeing both of you in your upcoming matches as well.
Yeah, you too, Jace.
Yeah, same.
So yeah. Okay, it looks like we are cutting, I think. In the 27 minutes, we have Wings of V at 5 p.m. There's a race of Wings of V. So go ahead and get some food, get a snack. You can tune back in there at 5 o'clock to watch that. There's also stuff going on all the different speed gaming channels that you can go check out. There is another match for this tournament going on at 10 p.m. Eastern. I don't know which speed gaming it's on, but keep an eye out for that as well. Until then, I'm going to go ahead. Also, Zelda Rando at 5. I don't know which one. But yeah, we are going to go ahead and I'm going to step out of the call. I have not eaten. I need some food in my belly. But thank you all so much for the support. Thanks for hanging out. Great race. Continue supporting this tournament. There's going to be a lot of really cool matchups coming. And when this thing gets to the end, I'm telling you, when you're seeing people like Tremaine and Elpis and Endy going against each other, it's going to be real entertaining. So definitely stick around. Thank you so much. And give these runners a follow, Granin_Hero, and Elpis. I believe Elpis has a different screen name for streaming, but I'm not sure. Definitely go give them follows. You do?
Yeah, it's Idola.
Idola. How do you spell that?
YDOLA.
Okay, YDOLA. So go follow these runners, give them support, join the Discord if you want to keep following the tournament. We're going to go ahead and jump off, and then we will see you all soon for some Wings of V, some Zelda, other stuff. Thanks so much.